Welcome back once again to Saying 24 with Kennedy Abongo. We are providing step-by-step analysis of the political going-ons in our country, the legal implications, and the realignments that might happen before 2027. Right now, the hot cake is the Rigathi impeachment, which we've been providing step-by-step analysis. Yesterday, we uploaded a video on what the High Court was going to do today, and it has come to pass. We did predict that the High Court was likely to allow the process to proceed to its logical conclusion. It was not going to injunct that process or stop that process from proceeding on account of separation of powers principle and the doctrine of ripeness. From my end, or from where I sit, I do not see, and I still do not believe that it was the right time for this, for the Deputy President advocates to move to court, or even the Deputy President himself to move to court to challenge the whole process, or to try to stop the whole process from, proceeding to its logical conclusion. Now it is clear that the process has started and will continue, and from what I'm seeing, I'd expected, of course, that the Deputy President may at some point resign. He still has time to do that. I believe he still has time to do that, but it is now more than ever that resignation is the only option for the Deputy President if you consider the nature of impeachment proceeding, which I constantly remind you is political in nature. Constitutionally, they are described as quasi-judicial proceedings, but when it comes to politicians and issues to do with the Senate and National Assembly hearing or conducting this kind of proceedings, then politics reigns supreme. And sometimes it is difficult even for courts to come in and try to ring fence an individual from such kind of an impeachment process. I'm saying this on account of, especially if you look at the impeachment proceedings or impeachment provisions in the Constitution against the Deputy President, there is an aspect of finality that comes to these kind of proceedings once that vote is taken. So then I would like to see how, upon the Senate upholding the impeachment of the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, I would really wish to see how his lawyers are going to navigate the legal implications and the constitutional implications of that vote. Because once that vote is taken, if you read the Constitution, it means that he ceases to hold office immediately. Now, when he will be going to court, what will he be going to court to seek? For instance, if he is going to seek perhaps an injunction, what will he be, or what will he be trying to stop President RUTO from doing in terms of appointing a new Deputy President? I do not believe as at now. Of course, I'm open to having these discussions with other people in the legal profession so that we understand how this is going to work for him. But I do not believe that he is going to come out upon the Senate taking that vote. Is not going to come out as a Deputy President. Once that vote is taken, he is a former Deputy President. That is a risk that he must not take. I believe that if he has political dreams in future, then the best option for him is to resign and arrest this process. You cannot bank on the courts to reverse that kind of process. Because the argument that would be put forth is that he is no longer the Deputy President pursuant to the Constitution. So that might hold. Now, what we are seeing right now is a political play. So forget about the legal aspect of it. The political play right now is between what I would describe as a petty Mudhurwa street thief versus an industrial scale thief in the form of the President RUTO. Why am I saying this? Because in terms of what is being presented against the Deputy President is what you'd expect, or the corruption allegations that are being leveled against him is what you'd expect from, low-level government employees to be doing, interfering with procurement process here and there, but at the level of a Deputy President and the President, the deals or the corrupt deals you see people like RUTO or pushing is the ADANI deal. Those are industrial scale corruption. They are big. There's big money that is involved in such kind of deals. But we do not see the Deputy President. We do not see rather the President being the accused. So we have this system that is working against a petty thief, but actually and at the same time protecting industrial scale thieves such as the President and of course the chief defender of the government right now, Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. I'm calling those people industrial scale thieves because these people do big deals, big corrupt deals. They don't do, they are deals that can be sanitized. It would be very difficult to catch them in such kind of deals. And that comes with experience. And that is how you now see Raila Odinga and the President and every other big person in government coalescing and protecting their interest in terms of the ADANI deal. So right now, people are not speaking about the ADANI deal. The deals are actually happening. The contracts are being signed. So this is the political play that we are seeing. So we have them frying Rigathi Gachagua, and of course they'll throw him out. And by that time, the deals would have been done and signed. So they'll have a new Deputy President, perhaps, most probably one who is meek and tend not to speak out of line like Professor Kindiki or someone else. But what the Deputy President will eventually learn, and I believe that he will do that soon enough, is that politics, there are no enemies. And that politics is a matter of interest. And that you never join politics without ring-fencing your interest. So what were the mistakes that the Deputy President did that have now come back to haunt him? Because had he not done those mistakes, we would not be here. Number one is that the Deputy President joined UDA without his own political party. So he could not negotiate. He comes from a very large community, the Kikuyu community, with I think the largest vote basket in the country. And he joined the government, he joined UDA without putting anything into writing and without his own party. It would have been proper to do it the way President RUTO did it in 2013. He came with URP and he joined Jubilee. So he negotiated. That is different with the Deputy President. Deputy President came on trust. And politics does not run on trust alone. And I think that is a valuable lesson that the Deputy President will not repeat going forward. You have to ring-fence your interest. And how do you do that? So because the Deputy President is someone who is well-spoken, he would have come with his party and maybe negotiated a way that UDA should not field candidates in Mount Kenya, and people who join or people who wish to vie in Mount Kenya to vie through his party, after which now he joins a coalition. The implication of that would have been that he would have political foot soldiers in parliament and in the Senate who would protect his interest. And you have those kind of people, we would not be here. Because if you consider the Jubilee administration, the things that are being leveled against the Deputy President right now could as well have been leveled against President RUTO, but they were never. There was never an impeachment motion against President RUTO during the Jubilee administration. For one thing, he had foot soldiers. And those foot soldiers were all over. So Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, the only thing he has is his mouth. Without foot soldiers, the mouth is not enough. So that was a very big mistake on his side. And I believe that is going to correct that mistake once all this is done. So the thing that he should do right now is to seriously consider, because I believe that is now the only viable option. You have to look at it. You have to look at it step by step, how things are going to go. So he's been failing in each and every step. He's tried to stop this process. He failed twice. And now the process is ongoing. And from what we are gathering is that a political process always has a political outcome. And the political outcome is going to be him finally getting impeached. So what will happen after he's impeached is a different topic altogether. But the implication and the reality is that that portends for him, for any person who has dreams, should not consider such an end. And therefore, as we end this video, I believe you've seen what is going on with the Senate, or in the Senate. I believe the Deputy President can defeat most of the grounds, but National Assembly do not need to prove all of those grounds. They might throw 1, 2 here and there to distract the team of the Deputy President, but they will eventually get a ground to impeach him. So they will give people a semblance of fairness. That, no, we looked at this, but you see, we felt it is not. But now they just take one and have him impeached. So you can't go and say, no, I wasn't given a fair hearing. Or they did not consider the evidence, because the others, I believe, they are going to vote against. But they are going to use one which is strong and having impeached. Once again, I would urge you, if you are a new viewer, do kindly subscribe. If you are watching us for the first time as well, I'd like to thank you personally and ask you again to subscribe. Click the notification bell so that you're also notified whenever we post. Have a lovely evening.